You may have heard about a number of proposals coming out of Washington regarding Social Security disability. Some of these have gotten a lot of press, such as changing the grid rules to start at age 55 instead of age 50, or adding categories for continuing disability reviews. However, there's one proposal that has not gotten a lot of press, but I think it's actually kind of important, and I want to talk to you about it. My name is Jonathan Ginsberg, and I'm a Social Security disability attorney. And the one proposal that I've seen that has not gotten a lot of publicity is a discussion or a proposed rule from Social Security that would make eliminating overpayments from Social Security, whether retirement or disability, non-dischargeable in bankruptcy. Right now, if you're overpaid by Social Security, and sometimes these overpayments can be $10,000, sometimes they can be $50,000 or $60,000. Right now, you can file a Chapter 7 bankruptcy and discharge these overpayments, make them go away. And that's actually an important safety net because, of course, a lot of folks who are on Social Security disability don't have a lot of money. They don't have the ability to work. They're disabled, so they can't work. And there's really no way for them to fund a Chapter 13 since a Chapter 13 typically requires ongoing income, and you've got to have enough to fund a certain percentage of your debts. Well, if Social Security is successful in making overpayments non-dischargeable, that means that you cannot go into a Chapter 7 and wipe them out, or if you went into a Chapter 13, you'd have to pay it in full. And again, let's think about this. In Chapter 13, you have 5 years. I happen to be a bankruptcy attorney as well as a Social Security disability attorney. Chapter 13 is a kind of bankruptcy where you pay your bills back over time. And if, let's say, you had $50,000 or $60,000 of overpayment, which is kind of common, then you would need at least $1,000 a month over the 5-year term of Chapter 13 to pay it back. Well, if you're getting $1,600 a month or $1,500 a month from Social Security disability, there's really no way you're going to have $1,000 a month to fund a Chapter 13. And if you cannot discharge it in Chapter 7, you're pretty much out of luck. And the thing about overpayments in Social Security, most of the time, in my experience, they're not really the fault of the claimant. Someone is, let's say, tries to go back to work and they exceed their trial work period months, or they miscalculate the amount of money they're earning and they go over the substantial gainful activity limits. They may not find out that there's an overpayment or that they've been receiving payments from Social Security improperly for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, sometimes longer. By the time they get the notice, and these notices come that say, you owe us $35,000, here's an envelope, send it in by next week, obviously nobody has that kind of money to pay it back. So if you eliminate the bankruptcy option, you're going to have people who are going to see their rather small disability benefits, again, $1,200, $1,500, $1,600 a month, either reduced or offset by basically recovery from Social Security. If you cannot discharge it in bankruptcy, that's going to create a lot of suffering amongst people who really have no other options. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And I think it's kind of a mean-spirited proposal by Social Security, and I hope it does not happen. Important thing to realize that this has not happened yet. I'm recording this in February of 2020. This proposal has not gone into law. If it comes up for public comment, I'll let you know, and you should definitely write in and comment about how this is really punishing people who can least afford to be punished. But my point here is that if you are in a situation where you've received a notice of overpayment, you have a couple of options. Obviously, one of those is, again, currently to file bankruptcy, Chapter 7, wipe it all out. And right now, Social Security money does not count in the means test, so typically folks who are receiving Social Security disability would qualify for Chapter 7. File 7 and wipe it out. So that's one option. The second thing is to go through the administrative appeal process where you ask for a waiver or you ask for a hearing and have a judge determine whether this is your fault or whether you have the ability to repay it. The problem with the administrative remedies is that can take 6 months, 8 months, a year, 2 years to get to a hearing. And during this time, this ridiculous proposal to make overpayments non-dischargeable could go through. So I'm at the point now where I'm telling people, if you received a notice of overpayment, it may be time to look at filing bankruptcy sooner rather than later to make this all go away, because a year from now, 2 years from now, we may not have the option to put you in bankruptcy to make this all go away. So again, right now this is just at the proposal stage. This is among a number of other proposals that I think are designed to tighten up disability and reflect what I think is a wrong, incorrect attitude in Congress and by the President, that people applying for benefits or receiving disability benefits are taking advantage of the system and are not honest and are manipulating the process. I think that narrative is a false narrative, but that's what we're dealing with. So again, if you receive a notice of overpayment, I would tell you to talk to a bankruptcy attorney sooner rather than later, because it may make sense to get this discharge, get this debt out of the way before it becomes a non-dischargeable type of debt. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with me that making Social Security disability overpayments non-dischargeable is mean-spirited and wrongful and punishing people who can least afford it? Or do you think it's a good policy by Congress and the administration? I'd like to hear what you think. In the meantime, if you have questions about Social Security disability, visit my website, SSDanswers.com. You can download my free Secrets to Winning Disability Survival Kit or ask for a case evaluation. I hope this has been helpful to you. And again, please let me know if you have any questions or comments. Jonathan Ginsberg here, wishing you the best. Thanks a lot. Hi, this is Jonathan Ginsberg, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to know more about how to win your Social Security disability case, I'd like to invite you to download my Secrets to Getting Approved Early Survival Kit that I created just for people like you. Currently, I'm making the survival kit available at no cost, and I encourage you to grab your copy now. Some of the topics I cover include: how do I know if I have a case? Is it the right time for me to file my claim? 9 common mistakes that can doom your case. The 3 must-have arguments you use to win your case. And a topic that every disability claimant wants to know: how to avoid trick questions from the judge. If you or a loved one need to win Social Security disability benefits, you'll find the Survival Kit essential reading. Download your Survival Kit right now and at no cost. Just visit ssdanswers.com/survival and sign up. It's that easy. Please act now. And as always, I wish you the best.